You can give the answer. Point समजलेत का आतापर्यंत झालेले? What are points we have discussed during lecture slot, tutorial slot? Whether it is clear or not? Okay. So my screen is visible. I hope screen is visible to everyone. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So first I will discuss the tutorial questions. Whatever will be the final questions for tutorial number 1 and 2. So up till now during your tutorial slots, I have discussed various case studies, or I have given you some activity in some of the lectures. So based on that only the final questions I have finalized for tutorial number 1 and 2. So just quickly we will discuss that questions. And for this tutorial, what you do? So as soon as I am giving that tutorial questions, you solve that tutorial in one notebook. On every page you have to write your roll number and your name. त्याचे एक PDF स्कॅन करून ठेवा प्रत्येक ट्युटोरियलच्या. And at last I will give you one link, and on that you have to upload the PDF for this all the tutorials. Okay, but at last burden येऊ नये म्हणून मी तुम्हाला time to time tutorial questions I will give. So I have given you right now the questions for tutorial number 1 and 2. So these questions, this word file I will send on your group after the lecture. You just refer that questions, solve that, and link I will provide at last for uploading all the tutorial. लक्षात आलं का तुमच्या? Are you getting what I am saying? Yes, Vaishnavi? आता tutorial तुम्ही solve करा, but at last I will provide you the link for uploading the tutorial, and at that time you upload it. Okay. So I will discuss the questions from first tutorial. So first question from first tutorial is, explain in detail the concept and importance of business ethics. Now we have discussed this point in first chapter, concept and importance of business ethics. So what is the definition of business ethics? So from where you have to write down answer for this question. So PPTs I have given in your study material. So in this PPT पहिल्यांदा आपण बघितलंय chapter number 1 मध्ये basic concept, why the business ethics is required, what is its need of business ethics. So overview of business ethics we have seen here in this PPT, and after that we have seen the importance of business ethics by considering these 5 points. By considering these 11 points, importance of business ethics. Consumer movement, next consumer satisfaction, stop business malpractices. हे जे 11 point आहेत, all these points you have to include in your answer. That is the answer for question number 1. Explain in detail the concept and importance of business ethics. Then second question is, explain in detail concept of normative ethical theory and descriptive ethical theory. So already again in this PPTs we have discussed this normative ethical theory. Ethical theory means that is the document which is giving the in detail guidelines for the, or you can say that is reference guidelines for business ethics document. त्याला म्हणतात ethical theory. There are 2 types. This chart you can draw and you have to write in detail normative ethical theory means what, and how many normative ethical theories we have seen. Can anyone tell किती normative ethical theory बघितल्यात आपण आपल्या सिलेबस मध्ये? सांगा मला. In first chapter, how many normative ethical theories we have seen?
4.
Yes, correct. 4 ethical theories we have seen that you have to include in the answer. So here is the chart. These are the major 4 normative ethical theories that you have to include in your answer. Egoism, then utilitarianism, ethics of duties, right and justice. So these ethical theories you have to involve. Okay. And after that you have to write explanation for the descriptive ethical theory. Okay, so that is the answer for question number 2. This is again general question, case study nahi hai hi, आपल्या syllabus मधला question आहे. I have given some questions from syllabus and some questions as a case study in your tutorial. Third question is elaborate the 3 issues in the globalization. So what are the 3 issues in the globalization? Can anyone tell? In first chapter we have seen. Can anyone tell what are the 3 issues in the globalization? Yes. Anybody? Yes. Saili, can you tell what are the 3 issues in the globalization?
Yes, ma'am. Cultural issue, legal issue, and accountability issue.
Yes, correct. So again, in this PPT, you will get that points. Issues in the globalization. पहिल्यांदा globalization ची definition लिहा. Globalization means what? And what are the 3 issues in the globalization which are affecting on the business ethics? That cultural issue, then legal issue and accountability issue. Okay, so that issues you have to write. This is answer for question number 3. Again, question number 4 and 5 are case studies. We will discuss later. First, we will discuss question number 6. Draw and explain the triple bottom line concept. So that triple bottom line concept is related to which point? For this triple bottom line concept, what is that question?
Sustainability.
Yes, correct. That is related with the sustainability issue. So triple bottom line, when 3 points are understood in the sustainability, so or when these 3 points are satisfied, then we can say that business is sustainable. That is related with economic, social and environmental. So this diagram you have to draw and these 3 points you have to explain. Okay, so that is related with the sustainability. So these 4 questions are related with the actual contents in chapter number 1, and this question number 5 and 6, these are the case studies. So question number 4, listen it carefully. As a business manager, do you think that corporations' decisions should be governed by a social conscience, or it is ethical for businessman to simply pursue a profit for its shareholders? Okay, just read that question carefully once and tell me what is its meaning. This question number 4, I will highlight it with some different color because it is the case study. I will highlight it. काय होता अर्थ सांगायचा मला? As a business manager, do you think that corporations' decisions should be governed by a social conscience, or it is ethical for a business or for a businessman to simply pursue a profit for its shareholders? So what do you think? अर्थ काय होतो याचा सांगा मला आधी. Please have participation, please have discussion. These tutorial questions we are discussing. Yes, Meenakshi, are you there in the lecture? I think she is not there. Yes, others, can you answer for the question? What do you understand first from this? Yes, Meenakshi. अर्थ काय होतोय क्वेश्चनचा? ऍज अ बिझनेस मॅनेजर तुम्हाला काय वाटतं की एखादा जर डिसिजन घ्यायचा असेल तर तो डिसिजन घेताना फक्त शेअर होल्डरच्या प्रॉफिटचा विचार करायला पाहिजे का सोशल गोष्टींचा पण विचार करायला पाहिजे? सोशल कन्सायन्स म्हणजे ज्या काही सोशल ऍक्टिव्हिटीज आहेत किंवा त्या डिसिजन मुळे सोसायटीवरती जो इफेक्ट होणार आहे त्याला आपण म्हणतो सोशल कन्सायन्स. सो ऍज अ बिझनेसमन, what you have to consider only about profit for shareholders, or you have to or that decision should be governed by social conscience? Yes, give the answer. Vaishnavi Sawan, can you give the answer? सायली, अर्थ समजतोय ना क्वेश्चनचा तुम्हाला? कृष्णा कोळी, हॅलो, माझा आवाज येत नाहीये का तुम्हाला कोणाला?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Then you give the answer please. तुम्ही बिझनेसमॅन असाल तर तुम्ही काय कसं डिसिजन घेणार? सगळ्या सोशल गोष्टींचा विचार करून का फक्त शेअर होल्डरचा प्रॉफिट कन्सिडर करून? हाऊ द डिसिजन शुड बी टेकन? येस, गिव्ह द आन्सर.
दोन्ही कन्सिडर करून घेणार.
Both the things you have to consider. Okay, so you have to take such a decision again which is increasing the profit, and again because of that any social element should not be affected by that particular decision negatively. Okay, if he is getting profit it is okay, but there should not be any negative impact of that decision on any societal element. Okay, so both the things you can consider while taking the decision. Okay, so like that you have to give the answer. आता ह्याचा आन्सर सगळ्यांचं सेम नसणार आहे, प्रत्येकाचं लॉजिक वेगळं असेल. So you have to think as per your logic and you have to give the answer. Okay, so this is question number 4. And fifth, it is discuss the importance of ethics in accounting and the consequences of unethical behavior. See, this is also very interesting. What is asked? Discuss the importance of ethics in accounting and consequences of unethical behavior. Accounting section, आता आपण बरेच सेक्शन डिस्कस केलेत कंपनी मधले. Okay, so what are the various sections in the company? Production is there. In the production it's a quality checking, dispatch, that is there. After that human resource, then accounting section, then design and development, or we can say research and development. हे सगळे सेक्शन आहेत. तर अकाउंटिंगचं काय काम असतं याच्यामध्ये सांगा मला. व्हॉट इज रोल ऑफ द अकाउंटिंग सेक्शन इन दिस कंपनी? व्हॉट दे आर डुईंग? अकाउंटिंग सेक्शन. सांगा मला काय रोल असतो अकाउंटिंगचा? येस, what is the role of accounting section? Krishna Koli, are you not there in the lecture? Accounting section, what is its role or what is its role? What is the role of accounting section in any company? Why you are not giving answers? Yes, Swati. What is role of accounting? It is dealing with all the financial things. Whatever is profit, loss, all the calculations are done in the accounting section. त्याचा सगळा हिशोब accounting section मध्ये ठेवला जातो. So you have to write here what is importance of ethics in the accounting. अकाउंटिंग करताना ethics ची गरज काय आहे आणि consequences म्हणजे काय परिणाम. What will be the consequences of unethical behavior in the accounting section? If any unethical behavior it happens there, what are its possible effects? Okay, so you have to search the answer for this question by your own and you have to write it. I will give you sufficient time. Okay, so you start writing the tutorial. Within 1 week you have to complete the tutorial number 1 and tutorial number 2. Okay, So this is about tutorial number 1. There are total 6 questions. You should answer in detail for that 6 questions. Okay, then tutorial number 2. The questions are again for every tutorial I have given some theoretical questions from chapter and some questions I have given the case studies. Okay, so here also for second tutorial, these 3 questions I have given from chapter number 2. So I will just highlight it. So question number 4 is explain what are different types of code of ethics. So what are the different types of code of ethics we have seen in this second chapter. बघा तर इथं कुठले कुठले टाइप सांगा मला कोड ऑफ इथिक्स चे. Can you tell what are the 4 types of code of ethics? Yes. So these are the 4 types: organizational or corporate code of ethics, professional code of ethics, then next industry code of ethics, and program or group code of ethics. That 4 types of ethics you have to write as a answer for this question. 4 types of, or what are the different types of code of ethics. So this will be the question. Then next question is elaborate the individual and situational influences on decision making. Decision making वरती individual आणि situation चा कसा impact होतो किंवा कसा influence होतो, that is asked in this question number 5. So we have seen in second chapter this, what are the influences, personal and situational. So we have seen here in this chapter where the दोन factors आहेत, individual आणि situational. So in individual factors what you are considering, in situational factors what you are considering, all the things in detail we have discussed, and from that you have to write down the answer for this question. Okay, so this is the question number 5. And then next it is explain how to manage the stakeholders relationship. So that point we are going to see today in detail. After that you will be able to write down answer for this question. And now the next remaining 3 questions are the case studies. Okay, so you just read this first case study and tell me whether we have discussed it or not during the tutorial slot. We have discussed it. Just try to recall.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we have discussed. Okay. So already in one tutorial slot, I have discussed this case in detail. Sarah, she has joined new company and there she finds that people are working for more time, but they are not getting the overtime for that. So what she should do under such situation? So this case study we have discussed. So possible answers also I have discussed at that time by taking views from you only. Many students have given very good answers for that. So as per that, you can write down the answer for this question. This second question, it is conflict of interest case study, confidentiality scenario. So this second question I will just highlight and I will summarize it in simple language to you. Afterwards you can read it in detail and you can write down answer for this. So what is given here? Suppose you are a final year student, 6th year graduate student, means you are a final year graduate student. You are studying in good university, and usually when we are in the final year, we are working on our project. That project is in a group. You are doing your research project in your group and you are called for interview by the company which is very good and you are always dreaming of working in that company. तुम्ही फायनल इयर मध्ये आहात, तुमच्या रिसर्चचा प्रोजेक्ट तुम्ही ग्रुप मध्ये करताय आणि त्याच वेळेस तुम्हाला इंटरव्ह्यू साठी कॉल येतो फ्रॉम अ गुड कंपनी. And in the interview they are asking you about your confidential things related to the project. So during the interview, that interviewer asks you about the confidential things in your project and you indirectly refuse to tell that. आणि तुम्ही काय सांगता त्यांना की तुमच्या ग्रुपमध्ये असं ठरलेलं असतं की टिल यू आर getting final results and till you are not publishing it, you will not disclose the things to anyone because that is standard ethics in research. तुम्ही जर ग्रुपमध्ये एखादा रिसर्च करत असाल तर it is mandatory for you whatever are the things or whatever are the rules you are deciding that you have to follow. So you have decided that you will not disclose that to anyone till that material it is published. त्यामुळे तुम्ही तिथे इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये काय सांगता की currently I am not going to provide that details to you. When it will be published, I will provide you the copy of that. And because of this, the interviewer get disappointed, and again in the personal interview, he forces you to tell about the project, and indirectly it is told to you that if you are not telling the details of your project, you will not be getting this job. And under this situation, what you will do? That is asked in this question. क्वेश्चन मोठा आहे थोडा, इन डिटेल तुम्ही वाचलं तर तुमच्या लक्षात येईल, पण मी परत एकदा तुम्हाला समराइज करून सांगते. इंटेन्शनली आय एम टेलिंग इन मराठी सो दॅट यू विल अंडरस्टँड इट प्रॉपरली. तुम्ही लास्ट इयर स्टुडंट आहात. लास्ट इयरला असताना तुमच्या प्रोजेक्ट वरती तुम्ही काम करताय ग्रुपमध्ये. तुमच्या ग्रुप मेंबरचा असा क्लॉज आहे किंवा असा एक रूल आहे की जोपर्यंत तो रिझल्ट कंप्लीट होत नाही किंवा जोपर्यंत तो टास्क कंप्लीट होत नाही तोपर्यंत त्या सगळ्या कोडिंग किंवा ज्या काही कॉन्फिडेन्शियल गोष्टी आहेत त्या तुम्ही कुठेही डिस्क्लोज करणार नाही. दॅट यू हॅव डिसाइडेड. आणि फायनल इयरला असताना तुम्हाला इंटरव्ह्यू साठी कॉल येतो. अँड इन दॅट इंटरव्ह्यू यू आर आस्क्ड अबाउट द कॉन्फिडेन्शियल थिंग्स इन युअर प्रोजेक्ट अँड यू इनडायरेक्टली रिफ्यूज फॉर दॅट. आणि तिथं तुम्ही रिफ्यूज केल्यामुळं तुम्हाला परत पर्सनल इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये इनडायरेक्टली फोर्स करण्यात येतो की जर तुम्ही त्या कॉन्फिडेन्शियल गोष्टी सांगितल्या नाहीत तर यू विल नॉट बी अपॉइंटेड फॉर दिस पर्टिक्युलर जॉब. आणि ह्या सिच्युएशन मध्ये तुम्ही काय कराल किंवा व्हॉट यू शुड डू, दॅट इज आस्क्ड इन दिस क्वेश्चन. वेदर इट इज क्लिअर व्हॉट इज आस्क्ड? Yes, this case study is clear to you. Yes, Srushti, Madhura, Swati. Okay. So this is second case study. Then third, again, it is interesting. Consider that you are a businessman and starting your own business. So consider that you are a businessman and you are starting your own business, and consider any business of your choice. You can consider any small business, a domestic business, or you can consider any large business of PCB manufacturing, etc. You consider any business of your own choice. Consider that you are a businessman starting your own business and prepare a code of conduct document for that. So for that business, you have to write down the code of conduct document. So what is that code of conduct, code of ethics? Initially in one lecture I have explained. Again, that code of ethics we have seen in this second chapter also. So if you remember, just a minute. बघा, कोड ऑफ इथिक्स आपण बघितलंय. इथिकल कोड that are voluntary statements which are telling the rules for ethical behavior. जसं मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की आपल्या कॉलेजमध्ये सिस्टम मॅन्युअल हे आपलं कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट डॉक्युमेंट आहे. What students should do, what the teacher should do, what the HOD should do, what the principal should do. Like that, you can prepare the code of conduct document for your own business. That is the third question. And you have to write answer for that by your own logic. Okay, so there are total 6 questions in tutorial number 1 and 6 questions in tutorial number 2. So is there any doubt in any question? किंवा काही कुठला क्वेश्चन समजला नाही असं काय आहे का? You tell me if it is the case. Otherwise we will start with our theoretical part in chapter number 2. Whether all the questions are clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will start with the regular content from chapter number 2. Okay. So in chapter number 2, if you have to take review, what points we have seen? Just a minute, I will maximize it. बघा, chapter number 2 मध्ये आपण काय बघितलंय? That chapter number 2 is related with decision management. How the decisions are taken, that we have to see in second chapter. So the points, whatever we have covered, those are like this. So if you see the syllabus, so we have completed these points. First is model of ethical decision making. John's model we have seen. We have seen in detail what are the individual and situational influences on decision making process. We have seen the business ethics management, 8 parts or 8 components we have studied. Then setting the standards of ethical behavior. ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण code of conduct म्हणजे काय बघितलं? There are 4 types of code of conduct documents that we have seen. Again, what is its impact on the particular or on which point this code of ethics it focuses, that we have seen. That 4 points we have seen. Then this point we are going to see today, managing stakeholders relationships. Okay, so you tell me first why it is important to manage the stakeholders relationship. You're managing stakeholders relation, why it is important in this business ethics subject किंवा डिसिजन मेकिंग मध्ये त्याचा काय इफेक्ट होतो? Why we need to manage the relationship between the stakeholders? First you tell me what is the meaning of stakeholders. Stakeholders means what? Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell what is the meaning of stakeholders? बघा, हा कुठला पॉइंट बघतोय आपण? मॅनेजिंग स्टेकहोल्डर्स रिलेशन्स. याचा अर्थ काय होतो? हाऊ द रिलेशनशिप विथ द स्टेकहोल्डर्स इज मॅनेज्ड. सो यू फर्स्ट टेल मी what is the meaning of stakeholders and why it is important to manage the relationship with the stakeholders. कोण कोण असतं स्टेकहोल्डर्स सांगा मला. आता आपलं कॉलेज जर आपण बघितलं तर कोण आहेत कॉलेजचे स्टेकहोल्डर? हु आर द एलिमेंट्स एज अ स्टेकहोल्डर ऑफ दिस इन्स्टिट्यूट? You tell me. Who are the stakeholders? Related person to that company or institute. Yes, that we are calling as a stakeholder. So who are the stakeholders? And why it is important to manage the relationship with the stakeholders? Yes, you can give answers in the chat box. Who are the stakeholders of college? Student. Okay, then teachers. So whoever are the element, again your parents, they can also be considered as a stakeholder. So those who are related with the transactions, business transactions, all them we are calling as a stakeholder. Okay, and if the stakeholder relationships are not properly maintained, then it is not possible for the businessman to run the business properly. For example, एखादा businessman आहे, त्याच्याकडे product supply करणारा जो आहे, that supplier is stakeholder for that business. If that relationship it is not properly maintained, he will not provide the material properly. And reverse case जर आपण बघितली, सपोज एखाद्या स्टेक होल्डर सोबत रिलेशनशिप चांगले आहेत बिझनेसमनचे, तर इन दॅट केस even though sometimes if the financial crises are there and if the businessman is not able to pay the money in advance, still that person will supply the material. All this is because of the relationship. So again, in our day-to-day life also, it is very important to have the proper relationships, professional relationship with the professional members, again personal relationships in our family. Like that, when we consider the business, managing the relationships, that is very important. And if that person is not able to manage the relationship with the stakeholders, definitely he will face the problem. So in this point, we have to see how the relationship with the stakeholders it is managed. Okay, so there is a lot of description related to this point, but before this, I have shown you one simple point. This side I have shown you, in which there are 7 steps are given for managing the stakeholders relationship. So 7 key steps in the stakeholders relationship. So it is very easy to understand why it is important to manage the relationship with the stakeholders. So first point it is given here. What are the benefits of stakeholder relationship management? So what are the benefits? Obviously, it helps to lower the project risk. It builds your project or organization's reputation. The stakeholders सोबत relation चांगले असतील तर reputation चांगली राहते. Project risks are reduced as the various people are involved. Gaining useful buy-in, so that products or whatever is the sale, that is increasing. Meeting regularly requirements. So if you are conducting the meetings with stakeholders or taking feedback from them, you understand what are their regular requirement. Gaining competitive advantages and many more. So there are various benefits. Rather, we can say this is very mandatory step in any business process. Stakeholder सोबतचे relationship properly maintain केले गेले पाहिजे. So there in this block, they have given the 7 steps in stakeholders relationship management. So which 7 steps can be followed? So first one is identify your stakeholder. So first businessman has to identify the stakeholder. So who is the stakeholder? How that stakeholder is related to our company, and that basic background you have to see. पहिल्यांदा तुम्हाला आयडेंटिफाय करावं लागतं की कोण कोण स्टेकहोल्डर आहेत. Then second step is map your stakeholder. Map your stakeholder म्हणजे once you identify. Now for example, suppose you have started the business. First you identify the employee stakeholder, then the customer is stakeholder, then whoever are the shareholders for that company, they are stakeholders. जे तुमचे employer आहेत, they are also the stakeholder, like that. So once you identify them, next thing is map. Map means what? It is mapping your stakeholders, means it is the exercise where you categorize your stakeholders. So you can divide it into different categories. That this stakeholder is, you can decide the priority. Which stakeholder is very important, so that priority wise you can consider their inputs also. So second step is mapping your stakeholders. That is nothing but categorizing your stakeholders. Then next, learn about your stakeholders. So you have to study in detail. That is called as learning about your stakeholders. So once you identify and map the stakeholders, next thing you have to learn about them. So learn means what you have to learn? You have to study, are they negatively or positively impacted by your project? What is their current view of about your organization or project? What are their interests in your project? So that you have to learn about the stakeholders. Okay, that is third point. Then next, plan with your team on how to strategically proceed. once you identify the stakeholders, once you collect information about them, how they are related to your project, then you have to plan with your team that how you can have interaction with that stakeholders. So planning will be something that should happen throughout this process. So you, with your team, you have to plan about what strategy you can implement to build the proper relationship. आता कसे करू शकता तुम्ही relationships? How you can maintain the relationship with stakeholder? For example, you can arrange meeting with them for taking their feedback, or during the festivals, you can distribute the gifts to the stakeholders for wishing them, or you can give some bonus kind of thing during the festivals, like that. So that strategies you have to plan. That is the step number 4. Then 5th is engage more effectively with your stakeholders. Once you decide the strategy, the next thing is you have to implement that strategy and you have to get engaged very effectively with your stakeholders. That should not be just a formality. So you have to get engaged with them. You have to get you should have discussion with them face to face. You can arrange meeting, or you can take their feedback from mail. You have to currently suddenly you have to respond for their queries, like that. So you have to engage with the stakeholders and you have to understand that what do stakeholders need to hear from your organization. म्हणजे त्यांची काय रिक्वायरमेंट आहे हे तुम्हाला आधी बघावं लागतं. Do all your stakeholders need to hear the same messaging? How often will you be engaging with the stakeholders? All that points you have to see. Okay. Then next, monitor your stakeholder. Monitor म्हणजे एकदा मीटिंग घेतली आणि परत काय त्याचा फॉलोअप घ्यायचा नाही. That should not happen. You have to continuously monitor your stakeholders. You have to check whether their opinion is same or it is changed. For example, एखादा stakeholder आधी खूप पॉझिटिव्हली बोलत असेल तर त्याचं तेच पॉझिटिव्ह मत आहे का आपल्या बिझनेस बद्दल, or his requirements have been changed, or whether his expectation have been changed. All that points you have to check. That is nothing but monitoring the stakeholders. And then next, 7th point, it is report on your stakeholders information. So you have to correctly keep all the database about the stakeholders. So what is here, name, roll number, their communication record. Suppose तुम्ही त्यांना मेल केले असतील कुठले, तर that record you have to keep proper. So these are the 7 steps for relationship management with the stakeholders. These 7 points also you can include in the answer, because these are very general points. So are this clear? These 7 points? Yes. 7 key steps in stakeholders management, relationship management. Whether it is clear to everyone? Yes, Sagar, is it clear? Sagar Thorat. Saili, is it clear? Okay. So now if you see the points in this PowerPoint presentation, so what is introduced here, I will just take a review of that. So some points are having some difficult words, but the meaning it is simple. Managing stakeholders relations. Managing stakeholders relations is to highlight the normative basis of stakeholders theory, and it is important to also acknowledge the descriptive argument that managers do indeed appear to recognize distinct stakeholders group and manage their companies accordingly. So what is its meaning? We have seen the 2 ethical theories, normative ethical theory and descriptive ethical theory. So while you are managing the relationship with stakeholders, to understand basically what is good, what is bad, how you should behave, how you should not, to understand that point or for that particular point, you can refer the normative ethical theory. and while solving the day-to-day life problems or for taking the decisions in the various situation, you can use the descriptive ethical theory. That is meaning of this sentence. So for managing the relationship with stakeholder, you have to take the normative ethical theory as well as the descriptive ethical theory for the reference. Okay, so that is about the use of normative and descriptive ethical theory while managing the relationship with the stakeholders. Okay, then next point, that in recognition that not only business but organization. So there is not the relationship maintenance is essential for business, but it is important for organizations, for charities, for schools, universities, government. Everywhere, if you see, the relationship management with the stakeholders is important, because sometimes the stakeholders, they may have the positive impact or they may have the positive things for the company, or sometimes they may have the negative issues also. That's why the stakeholders relationship management is very essential. Okay, so much of the stakeholder management literature has tended to focus on the strategic aspects of identifying which stakeholders actually matter to the organization and how they should be dealt. That is nothing but the accessing the stakeholders important. Suppose 3-4 stakeholders are there and all of them are giving some feedback at a time, then which feedback you will consider first? For that you have to assess. Assess म्हणजे काय? Evaluation करणं किंवा त्याचं एक analysis करणं, that which stakeholder you should give more importance. Actually, if we see, all the stakeholders are important for the business, but again in that you have to give the priority that which stakeholder should be given more importance. That is nothing but the accessing the stakeholders importance for considering the feedbacks and by taking the corrective action for the feedback. Okay, so that is the next concept in this slide. And the next point, it is how to assess the stakeholders importance. For that you have to consider 3 parameters related to stakeholder. What is power of that stakeholder? Then what is the legitimacy of that stakeholder? And what is urgency of that particular point which is raised by the stakeholder? Okay, so these points we will see in the next lecture. And there are 2-3 points related to stakeholder relationship management. What parameters can affect on that relationship management, that also we will see in the next lecture. Okay, so your next lecture you have to join at 3 p.m. So whatever it is, so 3 p.m. will be the next lecture's time. Okay, so we will stop here today. So you just try to revise that points whatever I have shared in your study material. You just go through the various terms. If you have any problem for any point, you can discuss. Okay, so we will stop here. Anything you have to ask? Or shall we stop here? Whether it is clear, whatever we have discussed?
Yes, madam.
Okay. You just type your number and you can leave the meeting.